Welcome back again to part 2 of the 3-part series, How to Make a Paramotor Video. I'm Mark Amundson, and along with Joe Hall, we thank you for watching. Hopefully you had a chance to check out part 1 already. It looks like that went over pretty well, and there was a lot of good commenting on there, so I appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and Joe's channel to see more of these videos. Joe put one out the other day using the Mark Amundson method. That was kind of cool. Anyway, we're going to get back to it today on part 2, and we're going to get more into how to make your paramotor video, make it as awesome as possible. So without any further waiting, let's get right to it. Take it away, Joe.
Next question for Mark is, what type of things can I film other than flying that will help my videos from a quality perspective and from an interest perspective?
All right, good question. What other stuff other than flying can we film that's going to add to the video? Now, important question to ask yourself is, who's my target audience? Now, a lot of times I'm trying to send my videos up to people that are just getting into the sport. Maybe they haven't even flown yet. What are the conditions? What's the weather forecast going to be? How am I feeling on that day? What outfit am I going to wear when I go flying? Even how do I set up my audio? How do I set up the different parts for what I'm going to be recording? All of those questions, as I'm trying to entertain, I'm also trying to answer the questions of, oh, that's a cool one. The Paramotor 19 Paramotor Hacks video right here is a great example of just putting together something that's supposed to be educational and to help out my audiences, people that paramotor already and that want to figure out some new techniques or tricks to it, or if they're just getting into paramotoring that they're going to see. So stuff that you'd want to film otherwise is just those questions that people might have. For example, when I think back to the previous videos that I've had, a lot of it is just as I'm getting ready. But putting that GoPro on the selfie stick allows you to stick it anywhere. It's like having your own small drone. So you can put that camera anywhere. That's the beauty of these small cameras. And remember, the clips don't need to be 2 minutes long. They only need to be 4 to 5 seconds. On your way out to the field, did you stop and get some beef jerky at the local store? All of those little things, they make the video more interesting and fun. They don't take up a lot of time, and they definitely don't take a lot of your time to record. If you don't record it, it doesn't happen. That's my theory on making the videos. If something cool is about to happen, you got to have the camera rolling to capture it. Oftentimes also, I'll just shoot stuff on my phone, knowing it's really easy for me to just send the files from my phone over to the computer, and phone is always handy also. So other than flying, it's a lot of setup shots. Some of it can be goofy, some of it can be conversations that you have with people along the way. Think of it anytime you watch a television show or a movie. What do they show? Somebody walking. What's the weather? Is it raining? Are they stepping in a puddle? So all those things add to a more interesting paramotor video. Joe, I got to get this firewood stacked here. Would you mind taking the next question? And I think a good one and an important one would be, what are you looking for when you're up in the sky and filming? What are the things that you want to fly next to that you're filming that you think makes the greatest impact from a powered paramotor pilot's perspective? Take it away.
Well, let's face it. I mean, if you can get close to water, trees, quarries, fields, patterns, shapes, just like any photography, you're mixing texture and light. So find, for me personally, I love symmetry in lines. So whether it's crops or buildings, those make, for me, make interesting subject matter. Avoid wildlife at all costs. So if you see a deer or a fox or something in the field, you don't want to pursue it. You don't want to line up and try to photograph it. Be glad that you had a chance to see that, and maybe you can catch it on a sideways view. But don't ever pursue wildlife. You can see it stresses them out, and it's not necessary. So let's peacefully coexist. Next question for Mark. Where are some other spots I can mount my camera other than my helmet?
Oh, right. This is a great one. Where else can you mount GoPros other than your helmet? Now, a lot of people do helmet, and then when it becomes common, then it's not as interesting anymore. So I do have my helmet mount here. I also recently did a mount on the side of my frame, and that's just zip tied on. You can see here. I've done a toe mount, and the toe mount actually works really good too. And some of these shots were filmed with the toe mount. And not only does the toe mount work good, but you can move your foot all over the place. So it gives you a lot of extension and flexibility on where you're going to get the shot. But most importantly, it shoots right back at you. So it works out really nice doing the toe mount. Also, the other one is the old take the selfie stick with. Now, I wouldn't normally be a person with the selfie stick, but when it came to paramotor, I knew that some of the shots would be absolutely incredible from way out here. So some of the cool shots that I get are with the selfie stick out here. And this one telescopes, it's really easy. And as I'm shooting, I can angle it in any direction. So if I want to go up and shoot down on me, go from down below and shoot up, all the way around. And even just looking up at the glider, there's a lot of cool things that you can do with this. Now, some of it is putting a camera on the ground. It also works out really well if you have somebody else that's helping you film. So once again, you don't come home with, 30 gigabytes of ground camera and you only flew by 2 times. So having somebody to help out do the video works really well also. And I just found out one of my good high school buddies just got his drone business. So I'm going to have him come out. I can't fly this and fly my paramotor at the same time, so I'm looking for a pilot that can get the drone shots. I know they're going to be absolutely spectacular, so look forward to that in upcoming videos, but that's just another way to get cool camera footage. It's all about creativity and thinking, how can I get the shot and what is it going to look like? Incorporating those 2 to 3 second shots, even if somebody shoots it with their cell phone from the ground into your video, once again adds production value to it, looks cool. And like we said, we're going for those shorter clips anyway. So anywhere that you can mount it, frame, I have a thing called a spec'd out mag mount that goes up in the wing. Interesting shot angle. I don't use it all the time. I used it a couple times out in California. And the follow cam. The follow cam always looks awesome because it gives a perspective of what does the motor look like going through the air. So the follow cam, I know there's a couple different manufacturers out there. Some people are making their own. That is one that I'm yet to try out, but I look forward to it because it looks in videos like it shoots a really cool shot, shows you the landscape that you're flying really well, as well as the paramotor in it. So those are just a couple different places that you can put the camera other than on your helmet.
One thing that's cool about the GoPros is the Bluetooth capability. So whatever mount that you end up with on the GoPro, go ahead and check it out on the camera or on your phone. So go into the Bluetooth mode, control your camera, and that way you can do the fine-tuning, set, tighten it down, and get it right just the way you want it. Question for Mark is, what size memory card should I get?
Joe, I just took a look at the ratings, and turns out people want you to answer the questions. So I'm going to stack some more firewood, but take it away, buddy.
I have a 64 gig and an 8 gig card. I use the 64 gig primarily, and it'll allow me to shoot probably half a dozen flights before I have to deal with all floating. So it's really a matter of personal preference.
Joe, I couldn't have said that any better myself. That's basically the ticket. 32 and 64 gig cards do seem to hold the most amount, and they come in at like $22. You can't beat that price. Well, that's going to be all the time that we have today for part 2 of the 3-part series of how to make a paramotor video. We hope you're enjoying watching these videos and learning a lot from it. We're definitely getting better all the time when we make videos, so if you have any tips or tricks of your own, definitely comment below. Somebody said the other day about editing out all the time to say and taking those out of here. Watch these 2 statements. I was paramotoring for about an hour. That's when the gas ran out, floated all the way down safely. I was paramotoring for about an hour, and then that's when the gas ran out and I floated all the way down safely. I'll see the difference in those 2 statements. So that's a quick tip. Anyway, 3 more days and we're going to come out with part 3 of the series of the power paragliding videos. So stay tuned, like and subscribe to Joe and I, and we'll see you guys in the skies. Take care.